All right. Welcome back, everybody, to Cruising Complete. Barry here. We got some news stories to go over with you, some big updates coming this week. We have some really intriguing information, something that came out this week that I don't think a lot of people's really seen, but there may be a way for the cruise lines to get away from the conditional sailing order by the CDC a lot sooner than people think. This could happen in April. We're going to break that down and see how. And then we're also going to talk about some of the other ships that are moving around. Disney's moving ships, Celebrity, Royal, and what's going on with Norwegian. They have an announcement on their website. We're going to break all that down in this video, so let's cruise into it. Alright, so the first story we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about Disney Magic. Now, Disney is moving the Magic over to the UK. They're going to be doing short sailings out of there for UK residents only. They're going to be 2, 3, and 4 night sailings. They're all going to be sea days. They're not going and doing any ports, just sea days. So another cruise company that's going to be starting in the UK. Now they are not going to require vaccinations for the Disney cruises. They have not required that yet. They're going to release more details about, the dates and all of that and when bookings will open in April. So something to look forward to for all of you Disney fans out there. Alright, so that's our next story that we're going to get into is other ships that are also moving to the UK. So we have Celebrity and Royal Caribbean sister companies. Celebrity is going to move their Celebrity Apex ship to the UK to do Greek cruises. And then Royal Caribbean is going to move the Jewel of the Seas, also going to be doing Greek cruises. They're both going to be 7-night itineraries. All the itineraries are going to be listed. Let's see what the starting dates are here. So Jewel of the Seas is going to start on July 10th, and they're going to open up their bookings on April 7th. So it'll have all that on their website on April 7th. Vaccines are going to be required for the Jewel of the Seas. And then Celebrity Apex is going to start June 19th, and their bookings are going to open on March 30th, so just in a day or two. So more cruise ships moving over to the UK to start cruising, getting tired of waiting on the US, so they're going elsewhere. So what's going on with Norwegian? So Norwegian's had a lot of talk about something coming out. They've canceled all of their sailings on 5 ships. They're calling it a redeployment is what everybody's hearing about now. So possibly moving some ships around. So I said, okay, I'm going to do a little bit of research and see if they have any new itineraries up on their website. So if you go to their website, I'm going to pull up a picture of it here. I took a snapshot of it. So you go here to the Norwegian's website, and in the middle, if you scroll down just a tiny bit, you'll see a picture with a girl in a bikini, and underneath that it says, "Exciting news is coming." And then it says, "Sign up to be notified." So if you click on this link here and you sign up to be notified, it's going to take you to the next page where you just fill in your name and address and phone number and whatnot and click submit. And then once you do that, it's going to bring up a page that says, "Thank you for your submission. We will contact you sooner than you think with good news about Norwegian's return to our happy place. We can't wait." So Norwegian, maybe are they going to be moving to the UK? Bahamas, Cozumel, maybe that's what they have on the works. So I'm guessing I signed up, so we're going to see what happens if we get any more information from Norwegian about that. So we'll see where they go moving forward. Now, there was a lot of talks this week. Christine Duffy released a video, Carnival's president, and she was kind of taking stabs at the CDC. She said in her video, she's like, look, I can go eat at a restaurant, I can go to a bar, I can go to a movie theater, I can go do all these other activities, but you still can't get on a cruise ship in the United States. So that came out in that video. There was the CLIA that sent a letter to the CDC trying to get the CDC to move, and there's a lot of talk going on about that. And then Friday, the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, he held a roundtable event in Port Canaveral with a bunch of cruise executives. You had Christine Duffy from Carnival was there. You had Michael Bailey from Royal Caribbean. All your executives from Norwegian was there. Disney was there. MSC was there. And you also had some presidents of other companies that the cruise lines work and through their food, their warehousing, their uniforms. A lot of the owners of these companies talking about their businesses and how it's being impacted by not being able to sail in the U.S. So Ron DeSantis did this roundtable thing, and the goal from that is they're going to try to take that to the CDC and say, look, we have all this information, we've been cruising overseas, it can be successful, and try to get the CDC to move forward. Now, with that being said, Ron DeSantis and Attorney General Ashley Moody also said that they are prepared to take legal action. They said they want to try to do it, give it to the CDC first. I'm actually going to read here from what he said. Said they're keeping all their options open to restart the cruise industry in Florida and are discussing legal strategies. Right. The Attorney General and I have been discussing what potential options we have on the legal side, DeSantis said. Let's appeal to the CDC and let's try to get the guidance without having to go down that road, he said. Obviously, at some point, we need a way to move forward. So they're trying to go down the road of the CDC and get the CDC to just pull back essentially it's the no sale order. You can call it what you want, but they haven't moved forward with their conditional sale order, so it's still a no sale order. So they're trying to get the CDC to move forward. All the executives said it's been slow going. They haven't had anything come from the CDC. So they're fed up, which this is going to roll us into our next story, okay? So while you have all this going on and they're pressuring the CDC to get started again and let the cruises cruise from the U.S., and Christine Duffy took another jab at the CDC at the roundtable on Friday when they were asking her for her input, and she says, look, I can go out of Florida and fly to the Bahamas, get on a 7-night cruise in the Bahamas, come back, get off the ship, fly back to the United States, and I can do that perfectly fine. But what I can't do is go to Florida and get on a cruise ship and come back to Florida. I have to fly somewhere. It makes no sense. People are going to cruise. The United States citizens are going to go to Bermuda. They're going to go to the Bahamas. So why not let it happen here? Why not let the cruise ships sail, get their business going, hundreds of thousands of jobs, billions of dollars of revenue for the travel industry abroad, and just other sectors of travel too. So it's a huge industry. It's really hurting the state of Florida and other areas that have cruise ports. It's hurting Alaska. Alaska is primarily a cruise destination for some of those ports. That's their primary form of income. So let's get on to what might happen in April. So I'm going to pull this up now. If everybody, if you went to Google and you typed in Google, we're going to pull this up now. It says, type in how long does a conditional sale order stay in effect? Okay, and then when you put that in Google, it pops up at the top. It says conditional sailing order -CDC is a top link. Now, if you click on that, it's going to take you to the actual conditional sailing order. The whole thing is 40 pages long. So if you click on that and you go all the way down to the last page, it's going to say this order is effective upon signature and shall remain in effect until the earliest of one of these three things. The expiration of the Secretary of Health and Human Services declaration that COVID-19 constitutes a public health emergency, or number 2, the CDC director rescinds or modifies the order based on specific public health or other consideration, or 3, the conditional sale order expires on November 1st, 2021. So why does April matter? What's happening in April? So the number 1 on that, the expiration of the Secretary of Health and Human Services declaration, that expires on April 20th. Traditionally, it's been 90 days. Every time they renew it, it's been renewed for 90 days. And we're going to pull this next page up too so you can see actually what the order is. So if you pull up the order, you can see where it was put into place January of 2020, and every 3 months they've renewed it. So why is this a big deal for cruising? Well, if it's set to expire on April 20th and it's not renewed, the CDC no sale order / conditional sale order, that goes away. Cruises can start cruising again at the end of April if they do not renew that. So may it be renewed? It may be. We don't know. Maybe it might only be renewed for 30 days. Maybe it won't be renewed at all. But with the vaccine rollout in the United States, they're saying by May that everybody's going to have the chance to be vaccinated. So you add that together with what the administration's saying, President Biden about the 4th of July and everything, moving forward in the summer and being back to somewhat normalcy, that may not get extended. And if that doesn't get extended, everything Ron DeSantis and everybody's talking about with the CDC isn't going to matter, because then the CDC cannot stop cruising at the end of April. Now, what makes this interesting about Carnival is Carnival hasn't canceled June sailings, neither has Royal, or some of your bigger lines haven't canceled their June sailings yet. But Carnival did something unique with their June sailings. They pushed back their final payment date till April 30th, just barely over a month before their June sailings. Why would they do that? Well, they're hoping that that expires, that doesn't renew on April 20th. And then if that doesn't renew, guess what? They're sailing in June. Now, there's no word yet on whether Carnival is going to require vaccinations or any of that. If that does happen, we'll wait and see. But I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful that the thing just expires. But even if they do extend it and say it's 30, 60, 90 days, say 90 days they extend it out. So that means it's going to be set to expire again in July. I don't see any way how in July they would be able to extend that anymore. Everybody would have had the opportunity to get vaccinated. The cases are going severely down. So, and it's just going to keep going down the more people get vaccinated. So I'm thinking by July, worst case scenario, cruises will be able to be open in the U.S. And I don't, honestly, whether it's going to be through a legal form with the CDC or just the, it not getting renewed in April, we'll see what happens. But good signs ahead. Hey, thanks everybody for watching. Go subscribe to the channel. It's going to help us a lot. Hit the like button. That's going to tell YouTube to share the video with everybody else. Share it with all your friends. Comment below. Let us know what you think about this whole process now with the CDC. Thanks a lot, everybody. I hope you all have a great night.